Good morning, traders. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Good morning, Rick Shelton, Who Loves Lunatic, Two Stray Dogs, Bob Smith, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Peterson, Parabolic. Well, I see Mara is on the move this morning. We still have a few minutes to go, probably 4. Good morning, Sandra, James. I'm seeing a video delay this morning. Hopefully it doesn't interfere. Good morning, Rick Sell, Christopher. Good morning, Kenneth, Scott. Two Stray Dogs, I really don't know. I haven't tried that. I don't know if it would be an advantage or a disadvantage. You may get to the point to where there's too many arrows on the chart, and which one do you trust? But you can always test it, see if it works for you. I haven't even tested it on the tick chart. It could work over there as well. Good morning, Bo. About a minute to go here before pre-market open. I'm going to keep an eye on Mara at open. Good morning, Scott and Jesse. I'm watching the list, see if anything moves. See, Mara's pulling back a little. We really need something to pop up here so we can make a few dollars. It's been an awful couple of weeks. It's pretty bad when you're scanning the whole market and hard to find something moving. The dollar stock moving. RDHL. Do you like the cheaper stocks? Good morning, Chuck. If you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:30. Good morning, James. Looks like that might be all we're going to get this morning at market open. Unless some news comes out, and if news comes out, it'll reflect right here in this column. It'll be flying if it's good news. It'll be red if it's bad. Good morning to Mimi. Good pullback play on this dollar stock if it works out. Probably worth about 10 cents. Or maybe not. I don't trust them. They're too cheap, too easy to bring them down. Good morning, Yolanda. Another penny stock on the move here. If you're new here, we're watching this column. We're watching for numbers to rise in pre-market as they rise or fall, depending on if you're buying long or short selling. When this number starts moving, the stock is moving. And we click on it and check it out on the chart to see if we can possibly get an entry. If you haven't muted your mics, please do so for me. Let's try to control the feedback and the background noises. If you have something important to say, that's fine. Jump on in here. I don't mind. But no support questions, please. We can do support later. Let's try to make some money instead. If you want to discuss the new indicator, that's fine. Just don't ask me how to install it. But you can talk about it if you want. All the install stuff is over on Discord. Pretty easy install. Watch the how-to videos. Just follow the V4 and V6 installation. You'll be fine. Good morning, Alex. 90% gain on this stock since it started moving. Of course, we didn't get to see the whole 90 cents. It was before our market open. Is a cheaper stock. Penny stock players probably happy. You're new, we're watching this column for numbers to rise or fall, depending on if you're going long or short. When we see percentages rising, we click on them. And we check them out on the chart, see if we can get an entry. Thank you, Bob Smith, for all of your hard work. Good morning, XT. Raphael. Can you not hear me, James? No one else has told me there's no sound. Good morning, Kyle, and thank you. Nice money on this stock. If you're not watching it, it's jumping dollars. Very low volume, so be careful if you got in. You probably may have trouble getting out before it drops back down and then takes you out with a negative balance. It's kind of freaky when you only have that much volume and it's moving dollars. Could be a pump. Good morning, Gil. Good morning, Dante. If you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:30. Explain what we're doing. Currently, we're watching this column for gainers and losers, depending on if you go long or short. When the numbers start moving, we start clicking. Have a blessed day, Dante. I get that call every now and then myself. In fact, I have to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. Good morning, Coach. Mine's working fine, Rick Sell. It's right here on the stream. Thank you, Dante. Good morning, Higher Ground. I know Schwab did a lot of work this weekend. Maybe that's what's interfering with those of you who are having trouble. If it was working last week and it's not working this morning and you've made no changes, it's probably not you. It may be working. We really don't have a lot of volume in the market this morning. My numbers are frozen too at times. In pre-market, everything doesn't move unless there's some kind of news coming out or the investors jump on one stock or whatever moves it. But most of the time they're dormant. Like now. It takes volume to move them. No volume, no movement. I don't know if it's still available on the TD Ameritrade website, but all I did was go get the newest version and everything. I kept the same software, just got the newest version. I haven't had any trouble since the changeover. It was very smooth. Didn't have to reload anything. When you get the newest version, don't remove your current version, just do the upgrade from the newest version. That way you don't lose anything. You're just popping in. We're watching this volume spike column for numbers to start moving, long or short. If they look promising, we click on them and view them on the chart to see if we can get an entry. Thank you, Dante. I think I'm done with indicators for a while. I'm going to concentrate more on the trading side on the next videos. Let everyone get used to this V4, V6, and trend chaser. V4 and V6 is pretty much fine-tuned, but I know you've got to play around with the new one. Get it adjusted to your liking. I'm not running it this morning because I don't know how it's going to perform in pre-market. If any of you are testing it in pre-market, let me know the results over in Discord. You can just post them over in the general channel and I will get over there and read them. Dante, there is. It's pretty much like the V4. They both pretty much operate the same way. The V6 has one extra arrow that gives an early entry or early exit. Actually, it's just an indication that the stock may start moving in a certain direction. It's mainly used by the options traders. But I'm pretty sure you can use either one. Good morning, Greg R. Alfredo. All right, I am Ricky Gaspard. I have been investing since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder. And I've coded a couple of indicators in my lifetime and recently released one last night called Trend Chaser. If you didn't catch that, it's over on YouTube. Please subscribe when you get there, like the video. This is our volume spike indicator that I coded. It watches volume for any movement on a stock. This is our pre-market scan. We're scanning the entire pre-market for movement. Once we see these percentages take off, we go over here to the pullback strategy, which consists of volume spike arrows, crossovers of moving averages. This is the 5, this is the 13. Once we get a trigger over here on the volume column, we watch for a crossover of those moving averages. We wait for green arrows to pop in. We want to see these indicators, these moving averages turn north. We're also monitoring the current candle. When this happens, if it's bullish, it's going to have a bullish label pop up here. If it's bearish, it'll say bearish. We monitor the overall volume of the stock, make sure there's more buyers than sellers. This will change back and forth. Once we get all of that lined up, we make a decision to buy. So it starts here. We watch for a volume increase. We immediately go to the stock, look for a crossover, green arrows, green and green. We also monitor this current candle bar. We like lots of volume before we get in. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I'm posting the link in the chat. Please subscribe, like the videos, watch all of the videos over and over again until you learn. Let this stuff soak into your brain. Watch the old ones and the new ones. They all contain important information. Once you're over in YouTube, there's a link at the bottom or in the description of each video to join our Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link is in the chat. I don't know how many subscribers we have over there now after last night's video, maybe 900 and something probably. Everybody's over there to help everybody. We have other people modifying scripts like Bob Smith. We have Gregster posting a lot of penny stocks. River Dad posts a lot of stocks. Crunching the market. He's on fire. He's monitoring all the SPAC trades. Plus, Parabolic is helping out with all of the problems and issues. It's me, Bob. When he gets time, he's giving key pointers on options. Come and join us. It's all free. No reason to not join us. Love to have you on board. Thank you for being here this morning. That's great, Alfredo. Growing fast. And it's not over. More and more people will find that video. Very disappointing in the likes. Have almost 1,000 views, but only 91 likes. I guess through the excitement, they forget to click the like button. Other penny stock moving. Good morning, Desi Dog. So if you're new to Discord, it's basically an enhanced chat software. Everything on the left and the text channels are only chat rooms. Don't let them scare you. Over in Discord, if you're new, head over to Current Setup. You can get set up with this system here. It'll teach you how to load the volume spike and these indicators and these labels. Watch the how-to videos. It'll make it much easier. Over in TOS scripts, I have a bunch of older scripts that I've coded throughout the years. Over in TOS scans, I have numerous scans to find stocks for you. Make yourself at home. That's what it's all about. I hold these live streams there every morning, 5 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9:30. Come join us. Learn how to use these indicators is very important. But it's really easy. We just watch for numbers to change up or down. Green is going up, red is going down. Check all stocks, red or green. They could just be a little pullback, such as this, before the next run up. You never know. Thank you for that update, Scott. Just make sure you test it. Don't just fire it up this morning thinking you're going to be a winner. Everything needs testing. Make yourself familiar with what it's doing, how it's working. Not much activity this morning. Couple penny stocks took off. One $20 stock that looked like a pump and dump was moving dollars on very low volume. That's a scary thought. Greg, yes, you have to have both of those lines of code in there. One's looking for down and the other one's looking for up. So if you're trading on a 1 minute chart, you need to change both of those lines of code to 1 minute. Always make sure the scan matches the chart you're watching. You're trading a 5 minute, you should be fine. It should already be set to 5 minute on each line of code. If you don't see both lines of code, put your mouse down on one of them little lines just before the first line of code and pull down on it. You may catch the other one. Sometimes they get hidden. I'll give you a demo of what I'm talking about so that you'll know what I'm talking about. This is the pre-market risers. Let's go over to the trend chaser scan. So if you see here, there's only one line of code showing, but you need to touch your mouse right here, pull down on it to get the other one. These are the 2 times you change to match your chart. You have to change both. So this is the trend chaser scan down here in the bottom left corner. So when something pops up, you should have it in your market watch with the volume spike loaded, because the volume spike is going to tell you if it's going up or down without you having to click on each one to see if it's an up arrow or a down arrow. Just rely on the volume spike. It'll be green if it's going up, red if it's going down. So this trend chaser does not have the after hours script into it, so it's only watching regular market. Probably not going to be so productive in pre-market. Should fire up nicely after it's open. Might actually be a good way to monitor market open. Maybe it won't be so volatile. Pretty quiet this morning. Not much activity. Good morning, Shayo. Looks like I have about a 3 or 4 second delay. Whatever you do, don't trade off of my live stream. It's not dependable for you to trade off of. Sometimes that percentage delay is 15, 20, 30 seconds. You could lose money if you tried. I'm just giving you fair warning. Don't do it. Shayo, I guess what I'm going to do is put out a video this morning on how to set up different workspaces. You really need to save your workspace, set up the trend chaser, save it as a different workspace. There's no reason to delete what you're currently using when you could just select which workspace you prefer. I'll get that out sometime today. It's an easy video to make. But I don't remove anything when I put out a new indicator. I just create a new workspace and change over to that workspace if I want to use that indicator. I don't think it's a good idea when I first put something out to pair it up with another indicator. You really need to learn what that one indicator is doing. Then maybe you could pair it up with something else if you think it's to your advantage. Yeah, I would not run it on top of anything. I understand what you're saying. You don't even know how it works right now. Even I don't know the total, whatever the word may be, how it's going to perform. I say load it by itself. Learn it. If you think it needs to be paired up with something else, you can pair it up with whatever you feel works for you. But I would just test it on its own in a different workspace. It may pair up nicely with V4 or V6. I don't know. I haven't tested it that way. I don't even know if it's necessary. You may even want to pair it up with these two moving averages, 5 and 13. Just for confirmation on the arrows. Don't think you're going to need them, but maybe. So if you missed our new indicator launch yesterday, it's over on YouTube called Trend Chaser. Go over to YouTube, search for it, or just, I'm sure it's going to be probably at the top of the list. If you don't know where the YouTube channel is, here's the link. I'll post it in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, watch all the other videos. They're all important. Review the live streams. They're all recorded as well. Thank you, Gregster. That's below my minimum and maximum price. That's why it's not on my scan. That's why it's not showing up on my pre-market risers. So if you want these cheaper stocks, adjust your price in pre-market riser scan down to the minimum and the maximum you like to trade. And it'll pop up for you in pre-market. It's not going to pop up on mine though. And make sure in Discord you visit Gregster's Penny Stock channel. He's doing his homework for you. Go join him, talk to him. Talk to him about his stock postings. Very important. Communication works. You are welcome. If you're new here, my next walkthrough will be at 7:30. I try to do them on the half hour because the top of the hour we can make some money. The top of the hour is usually when news comes out. I think I stayed up too late last night with all the excitement. A little bit sleepy this morning. Reading all the wonderful comments, answering questions, doing a little support. And a special thanks to everybody who's been helping out over on Discord when I don't have time. Helps me to concentrate on what I'm doing, like writing code or taking care of other business. You guys fill in. It's a blessing for me. Kyle, if you go post that over in Discord on the support channel, I'm sure somebody can walk you through that. It's a very easy setup. You probably just didn't select one of the options. Not much movement this morning. So this is the trend chaser scan. There's probably a yellow arrow underneath this candle. I don't know. I don't have it loaded. Well, we're at that 7 o'clock hour. I'm not seeing anything promising. Penny stock on the move. That's probably one of Gregster's picks. You should be watching this column on your own computer. When you see something start moving, click on it. Check it out on the chart. See if it's worth buying or not. Make sure you check for high volume. Don't get stung on low volume. You'll regret it. Always monitor this current volume bar. A good indication is the volume on this current bar is higher than the last bar. That means more traders are coming in. Or it may mean more traders are coming in to sell it. You have to be careful, pay attention. Good morning, Lewis. So if you're new to ThinkorSwim and you're just joining this channel and you've never been on ThinkorSwim, it's probably to your advantage to get on YouTube. Start searching for ThinkorSwim videos, learn how to operate the platform. We pretty much don't teach that part here. We're a little bit more advanced than learning how to operate the platform. So do yourself a favor, get on YouTube, find out how to create scans, how to do things you don't know how to do. Somebody out there has a video on it. Learn about the platform. It'll make things easier for you when you come to try to load these scripts. Good morning, Casey. Good morning, Spy. I also have some how-to videos on Discord that'll help you a little bit more. But try to at least get the platform down. Start clicking on things, start changing things around. Get familiar with it. You're going to need to know that. Thank you, Spy. I hope you enjoy them. I watch quite a few YouTube videos when I'm not doing anything. I clicked on some of the other channels and it seems like they're trying to follow my lead. They'll be talking about the 5 and the 13 moving average, how important they are. Kind of like they're trying to steal the traffic, but that's okay. Maybe I'm teaching them something as well. I'm really expecting volume to start picking up in this market. The last quarter of the year is usually pretty good. I don't know about under this administration. Maybe that's what's holding it back, but normally the last 3 months are good. Of course, we're not in that quarter yet, but we're getting there. Everybody's leaning towards 5 and 13. We do a lot of quick trades, and the 5 and 13 is a faster response. I think that's why everybody favors the 5 and 13. And I can't quit yawning this morning. I guess midnight's too late when you get up at 4:30. Was an exciting night. Keep in mind, too, I'm on a 1-minute chart over here, and this is a 5-minute scan, so it's not going to match up. I'm kind of just watching, see if it's going to pick up stocks in pre-market without an after-hours script being attached. Of course, you really don't need to attach an after-hours script to that scan. You can just continue monitoring the pre-market risers. Just make sure that you're on the right indicator. It should work fine. This RDHL has been floating around, consolidating, squeezing, channeling, whatever word you want to use. A little bit too cheap for me. For extra, that's the V4 up there. Definitely the V4. As soon as I get some feedback from everybody about the trend chaser, I may start using it in the live streams in the morning. I'd like to see it run for a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. See if everyone gets some results out of it. See if I need to make any tweaks. I don't think I do. I think I pretty much nailed it right at the start. course, I've been working on it for months. If you have the capability of multiple monitors, you may want to run the Trend Chaser on one and the V4 on the other, compare them. And someone asked me earlier, not in this live stream, but they wanted to know if it worked on the tick charts. And yes, the Trend Chaser does work on tick charts. Greg, my name may be different than yours. It's still the V4. If I do testing on it, I'll change it as a keyword for me to know that I've changed it. But it's still basically the same thing you have. Thank you, Super, for that information. Guys, I'm going to go fill my coffee cup up. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm back. Good morning, Jose. Steve 66. Well, the Lord hadn't blessed us yet this morning. Maybe that'll come soon. We need one of those bottle rockets. I'll get out a video earlier today as soon as I can about using workspaces so everybody's not deleting their current setup just to use the new one. That's really not how you do it. You need to take advantage of workspaces. That way you can just go click on whichever indicator you want to watch. Cheo, it probably wouldn't hurt. I don't know if it's necessary or not. I always click it when I load one and then I save it. That's my procedure. So maybe. I don't really know if it's beneficial, but I always do. So I import the scan, then I hit the scan button, then I save the scan, and I'm pretty much done with it at that point, other than viewing it in a watch list. If you're new here, we're watching this volume spike column. We're watching for percentages to rise or fall depending on if you're trading long or short. Once we see the numbers start rising or falling, we click on that stock, monitor it over here on the chart to see if we want to buy it or sell it. I'll do a walkthrough at 7:30. So this is just theory. I know a lot of people are having trouble with on-demand. And you got to realize that during market hours, when the market's open, TD Ameritrade is actually pushing data to their software. And I think when you're using on-demand, you're having to pull data from their software. And I don't know if this is true or not, but if you don't have a powerful enough internet connection, you may experience a slow on-demand. Now, I'm just guessing, but I know for a fact that if you're on-demand, they're not pushing out data to you. You have to retrieve it. That could be some of the guys or some of the traders' issues. Someone could probably confirm that if you have a high-speed internet connection and your on-demand doesn't work. Let me know. My theory will be trash. Could somebody mute their mic for me, please? I hear all of your background noise. Thank you very much. Well, I still hear it. Maybe they didn't hear me. Nothing currently moving.
I don't know, man. I mean, I just.
Can you mute your mic for me, please? All right, if you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I have been trading since 1990. I am also a ThinkScript coder. I've coded quite a few indicators in my time. This creation here is called the volume spike indicator. It pretty much acts as a scanner. It's monitoring the pre-market scan that you can find in TOS scans on Discord. When a stock starts moving, these numbers start moving up or down. Once we get one moving, we click on it. We look over at the chart to see if it's worth investing in. And I was hoping to find a better stock to give you a demo. This one will work, I guess. So once these numbers take off, we come over here and we verify that we have lots of volume. We don't want to get caught in a low volume stock. We confirm we have a crossover of these moving averages. This one is the 5, this one is the 13. Once we have the volume spike, we watch for these arrows to click in. We wait for a bullish or bearish signal up here, which is monitoring the current candle only. And we come down here to the overall volume and we confirm that there's more buyers than sellers. This one currently has sellers. Once you do this 2 or 3 times, 5 or 10, 50 or 100, then we just get this natural flow. It's kind of like click. Yes, there's a crossover. Yes, there's arrows, green and green, and the volume is moving. Do I want to buy it or short it? It's that simple. But Take time to learn it. Watch it live during the day. Check it out. Don't just throw your money at it if you don't know what's going on. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel where all the videos are located, please do so. Like the videos, share the videos, watch the videos over and over and over. Watch the old ones and the new ones. They're all educational and contain important information. Once you get everything satisfied with YouTube, underneath each video is a link to our Discord. Go subscribe to our Discord where we now have over 8,000 subscribers. That's a lot of investors. They're there to help you out. Some of them are teaching their part of trading, what they've known for years. It's Me, Bob, teaches options when he gets time and when there's enough interest in that subject. There's a link to our Discord. Join it. Talk to other investors. If you want to get set up like this, head over to Current Setup. There's only 3 files to install. There's scans over in TOS Scans. All the scripts I've coded through the years are in TOS Scripts. Watch the how-to videos. They're very important. This is what I'm talking about here. This one fired up as I'm talking. We do have the crossover. The arrows are popping in. It is bullish in this candle. The buyers are outnumbering the sellers. This is what happens when everything lines up. You have to be fairly quick. But being quick is not hard with these indicators. It's a quick confirmation. Don't take chances if you don't know what's going on. Watch it. Live market. Don't trade. Just watch it. Write down on the paper as if you would have bought it or sold it. At the end of the day, check your paper. See if you made money. Don't just throw dollars at anything. Sometimes I make it look simple, but you still have to know price action. You have to understand volume and crossovers. I can display them, but you need to understand what they mean. Visit all the channels on Discord. Make yourself at home. It's just a modified chat platform. All of the channels you see on the left, the text channels, are all rooms of different stocks, different information. Click on each one, talk to other investors, ask questions. There's a support channel. If you need support, leave us a question over there. Let us know your issues. If I can't get to you, somebody will. Visit all the stock picks channels. Gregster with penny stock postings. It's Me, Bob, is in options, plus a bunch of other options traders are in there. They seem to be doing quite well. Look at the stock picks category, see if someone's posted something. We have all the information you need. Everything is free. There's no reason not to join us. Thank you for visiting this live stream this morning. Good morning, Walter. If you're unaware, last night or yesterday afternoon, I launched a new indicator at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's called Trend Chaser. Look for that YouTube video, like the video. And if you haven't liked the video, please go back and like the video. That's what helps. It lets other people see that everybody's liking the video. It brings more investors to us. Help us build the channel. It helps. Get more professionals on board. We get more courses. We get more instruction. It's a real blessing. It helps everybody. It even helps me to keep my mind fresh by teaching it to you. So we all learn. Even the instructor learns. It's pretty nice when you don't have to go look for stock picks. You just get this volume spike loaded in the Market Watch tab. Use one watch list. You can change to any scan that you have just by clicking on the left there. Make sure quotes is selected. Click on this pre-market thing, personal, and select whichever scan you want to monitor. You can monitor all of them in one watch list. You don't have to check your favorites. They'll pop up if they're moving. And be aware, using these indicators make you think it's easy, simple. I just got to buy and get out of it. It's not that easy. Make sure you learn price action, volume, learn about moving averages. It's all critical to investing. It's not just click and buy and hope you get lucky. It's not about luck. Create a strategy or use one of these. Learn that strategy. The more you learn, the more profitable you become, the better trader you become. It's worth it. Trust me, I've been doing it since 1990. Unfortunately, we are in a bear market and our pickings are thin. But when we do get one, it's fairly good. Every now and then we get that bottle rocket. We haven't had one for a couple of weeks. I'm kind of expecting one. Usually get one or two a month. If it happens, it'll definitely pop up in this list under the volume spike. So this is kind of like a pay, except it's free and you get to monitor multiple stocks. You don't have to wait for an indication to go look at this one and it's already taken off. We like to see rising numbers, 1%, 2%, 3%. If we make it that far, you know we're on a good one. 4%, 5%. I've seen this go all the way up to 60%. Just have to watch the numbers. Numbers are important. Trading is all about numbers and angles. It's all about math. It's definitely not a guessing game. If you're guessing, you're doing it wrong. Shayo, it is not duplicated. One is for up, one is for down. So in a sense, yes, it's duplicated, but it's duplicated for a purpose. So if you're on a 1 minute chart, go to the scan and change both of them to 1 minute. If you're on a 5 minute chart, leave them on 5 minute. Your chart has to match your scan. If it doesn't, the indicators will be wrong when the stock is posted. Good morning, Wyatt. A lot of red coming in currently. This pretty much tells you what the market's doing today when you see that. Let's take a look at the SPY. We haven't looked at it yet. Let's look at the 15-minute SPY. So yes, we are trending downward in pre-market on the SPY. That's probably why we're seeing all this red. Walter, it is definitely not a replacer. You need to set up a different workspace for it. Don't delete your current setup. You weren't here. I'm going to do a video on that later today. But don't lose your current setup. So while the market's red and we are at 745, I'm going to show you real quickly how to do this. So this is your current setup. So what you need to do is go to this setup and save the workspace as, and if you're using V4, just save it as V4, click save. I'm just going to cancel it. And now once you've saved it, you can go into your studies and delete whatever you want to delete. Like you can remove this V4 and put the new trend chaser, apply it and save it. Then you go back to setup and you save the workspace as trend chaser. And you save it. Then anytime you want to switch, they're going to be listed right down here. Like you would click on V4 or trend chaser. You can see I have multiple workspaces saved. That's really all there is to it. I'll make that video today, get it out there. So don't delete your setups, save them so you can refer back to them and use them. If I don't get that video out till late today, you can refer back to this video after 9:30. It'll be recorded. Just scroll over to where I was explaining the workspaces. And you can do it before I put out the video. I'm going to be busy today. I don't know what time I'll get it out there, but I'll do it as soon as I can. I'm pretty sure we're going to be having the V4, the V6, and the Trend Chaser for quite some time. Done updating the V4 and the V6. There's nothing else I can do to it. We are all currently testing Trend Chaser. You see any bugs, report them to me. You can post them over in the general channel. I'll go over there and review them. I think it'll be fine, though. I don't think there's any bugs in it. Right now, I just want something to buy. Give me something to buy. This market's in really bad shape. I think everybody's sitting on their hands except for a few of us. Waiting for better days. Nothing in the volume spike column. It's getting close to that 8 o'clock hour. About 8:10 or 8:15, you'll start seeing some red come in. People usually get out of their holdings before market opens so they don't lose it if the market opens down. About 8:05, I will take a 10-minute break. When I return, we will set up for market open. Shayo, that's a question for support. Mainly because I don't really understand your question. Because the scan and the indicator are two different things. So once you load a scan, all you have to do is watch it in a watch list. So I'm in the watch list and I go select that trend chaser scan, which it's already selected down here. It's going to refresh every 5 minutes. You should not have to do anything to it once you load it. All scans refresh every 5 minutes. Clicking the scan button may help you if you want a fresh list right then, but not necessary. Just like this pre-market is refreshing all on its own, that's all you need to do is monitor it. Mainly because we're in pre-market, Shayo. In pre-market, normal scans don't work so hot. It's a market open scan. You have to have a special script to pull up pre-market stocks. That's why we have the pre-market scan. I have it loaded on the live stream right here, bottom left. Mine's not refreshing either. Maybe AVGR is on the move. Only one candle, not a whole lot of volume. Always first look at volume, make sure the buyers are coming in. We do have a bullish signal on this candle. We do have buyers, but they're not very high, and now we're selling. But it could take off. We'll watch it for a few minutes. Nice volume spike on AVGR. Thank you, Gregster. It popped up on our scan just prior to you posting it, but thank you for posting it. Rick, I don't know if there is a limit. I know I have about 20 that run. I've never had an issue. They don't all refresh at the same time. Maybe that's why. It's trying to go. Not liking these tall candle wicks on top, like they're trying to drive it back down. It's going to be a battle between the buyers and the sellers. That's a pretty tall candle wick. They tried to push it up and it got pushed right back down. You are welcome, Rick. I'm going to sit on 250 shares here and see if I can get anything out of it. So I'm in lightly. And the volume dies the minute I get in. going to take a 10-minute break here. I shall return. I am back. Good morning, Cecilian. So I got out of this trade at break even. No loss, no gain. Good thing I did. I went and got coffee and it fell. Moment I bought it, the volume dropped. No loss is good though. I'll be happy with that. Would have liked to have seen it take off, but it didn't. In about 10 minutes, we'll change over to market open. It's a simple process. We sure need some activity, something that bounces more than 10 cents. It's been an awful couple weeks. We've had a few movers, but they didn't move very far. I'm pretty sure everybody's suffering the same losses or gains, minimal gains. Hopefully you're cutting it down to minimal losses. We're kind of like shooting in the dark. We have the best case scenario with this pre-market scanner and watching these volume spikes. But the market's not cooperating. All we can do is wait for one to pop up, take our chances, make sure we have high volume, make sure everything lines up. Don't just jump in on luck. It doesn't work. Sure needs to be better. A lot of investors sitting on their hands is probably what I should do. I think at market open, how about we try the trend chaser? Any votes on that one? Just say yes or no in the chat. That'll tell me if you want V4 or new trend chaser. I'm going to leave it set just like I loaded it for y'all to use on the 5-minute chart here and the 5-minute scan. I'll move the scan up to here. We'll take a shot at it and see what happens. So I've loaded Trend Chaser on 5-minute here. Let's go ahead and do our changeover for market open. I'm going to select the Trend Chaser scan here. Both of them are on 5-minute. Let me see what I can run down here. Let's do high of day down here. Let's make sure our volume spike is on 100. Right click on the name, edit formula, change this number right here to 100. Click apply and save, or apply and OK. I'm not going to sort by anything. I'm going to leave it sorted by volume spike. They'll be coming up here to the top. I will not be buying. I will be testing, which you should be doing as well, unless you have money to throw away. I don't like throwing mine away. I will probably continue watching it before I throw money at it for a few days. See how it responds. You are welcome. Looks good in pre-market. Got the arrow way down here, but I believe this was our market open. So yes, it should have been valid if you had the nerve to hang on through these pullbacks, which that's what I need to learn. I need to be able to trust this first arrow. Let me make those arrows a little bit bigger. That works for me. So remember, these arrows are not volume spikes. They are trend reversals. So this stock is trending up. We may not get an arrow down until the trend reverses and it starts coming down. Let me check my settings, make sure I'm on what I want to be on. Should say 2 and 1.5, and it does. And I'm going to run those numbers and see how it responds. Make sure you do not trade off of my screen. I am delayed. It could cost you money. Make sure you're set up on your own computer and trade off of your computer. About a minute and a half to go. Be very careful at market open. I prefer to let it calm down a bit, but this may change my mind. This is a trend, not spikes. This might make market open a little bit safer. That's what I'm hoping. I don't even know how this is going to respond. I don't know if it's going to fill it up or if it's just going to have a few stocks every now and then. I do not know. I haven't used it in live market. I've only tested it in on demand, which is pretty accurate on my end. Good luck. Looks like we're still going to load up. Lots of red. I'm looking for green ones that are rising. Looks like the market's pulling back. There is a yellow arrow here on this penny stock. But will it hold at market open? That's what we need to know. Still pretty volatile. Right now, I don't know which one to click on. I'm seeing numbers pop in, but I'm not seeing numbers rising. Maybe this one? No. Right now, it's a guessing game. Needs to calm down, really. Kind of hard to tell at the moment. Yes, it should. I kind of don't want to sort by relative volume, though. I want to kind of watch what's in the spike first. Relative volume may be the way to go with it and not worry about the spike. I think once the market calms down, if there's anything left over, it'll prove itself. Yeah, let me change that volume. I thought it was on 500. Maybe it's not. Oh, I have it on average volume at 5 million. That'll work. So as I mentioned in the video, when you get a yellow arrow, don't just jump in. Let it firmly plant itself and stay there. If it's blinking off and on, that just means we're in between that spot of up or down. We need it to establish the trend. Once it establishes the trend, that arrow should stay in there. Looks like we're going to go red here, though. Robert, when I'm on average volume, if that stock, and I'm on average volume for 5 million, so let's say last week that low volume stock may have been at 5 million. I may change it later to no less than 500,000. So if in the past it averaged 5 million shares traded, it's going to show up no matter what. That's looking pretty good. But let's see if Riot can hold up to these red days in the market. Robert, that could be the best way to go. I don't know yet. It's just to tell it minimum volume of 500,000. Still looking healthy over here. Nice rise. Volume is dying in the market. It's too early for volume to die. The SPY is going up. Still looking promising over here. That's about the only one. To be quite honest with you, I don't trust any indicator in this kind of a market. We do get the best case scenario, so to speak. But it's been so bad. I mean, what can really stand up to it is the question. I see a big red candle on the SPY getting bigger. I see the tick chart pulling back on Riot. I'm using Trend Chaser on the tick chart. It's looking good so far. Looks like everything's going to pull back to me. SPY is falling. I think this SPY falling as hard as it's falling is going to take any profit away from anybody. I'll remember we're on Riot. Let's check SPY. SPY looks a lot worse on V4 and on the tick chart than it does here. No volume spikes on the Trend Chaser scan. This is why we test new indicators. This is why I said don't just jump in. We need to learn what it's doing. And the market can pull anything back. The SPY is really falling now. Let's take a look at the SPY. And let's look at it on the 1 minute chart. You'll see how devastating it is right there. Well, I don't think this market's going to let us have a good test here. Looks like everything's going to be red. I'll put it on Mara and see what it's doing. Very hard drop. Just like looks like the SPY actually. This is how low the volume is in the current market. This tells you everybody's sitting on their hands. Mara usually runs in the millions when it's running. And look how far down all of these volumes are. I mean, the last bar was red, and it was in the millions. But we're having one big sell-off. That's what we're in this morning. Since we're doing short gains in this market, it might be best to run it on 1 minute. Today I'm going to check 5 minute. During the day, I'll switch it over on different time frames. See if anything can be made in this terrible market. This was a pretty good pre-market indicator on Mara saying it was going to go down, and it definitely went down. The problem is, I don't know if it went down because of the arrow or the SPY drug it down. Many factors come into play. The SPY is pretty much setting at its pre-market low and still falling. So if Mara turns around, we probably won't get an arrow until the trend is actually confirmed, which could save us some money, keep us from jumping in a false bounce. We'll watch it, see what it does. Nothing else showing up in the scan. The SPY is trying to bounce off the bottom. Mara's trying to bounce off the bottom. Mara looks good on the tick chart. Kind of slowly creeping up on the tick chart. A lot of uncertainty in the buying and selling. Don't know if they should or shouldn't. SPY is headed back down. Mara's pretty much following the tracks of the SPY, it looks like. This is good. It did not put us in it, and it is pulling back. There was no trend confirmed that it was heading in the other direction. We have no volume spikes in the scan. That tells me people are sitting on their hands. They're not buying or selling. Now Mara is going totally opposite of the SPY. There's a trend change on Mara, but it may go away. The SPY is falling pretty hard. I don't expect this to hold. Looks like the buyers are trying to turn it around, but it just isn't getting there. SPY is headed back down. Now back up. It's undecided, just like Mara. I think if the SPY was rocking, Mara would be rocking as well. I think the sell-off is holding everything back. Coming up on that 9 o'clock hour. It's going to be hard in this kind of market to test anything, really. Might take all week. Let's see, we have a yellow arrow. This is exactly what you need to do with this new indicator, is watch the performance, watch how it responds in bad markets, watch how it responds in good markets. I wouldn't take any chances with it anytime soon. It looks very promising, but promises don't pay money. Results do. This tells me a lot about the overall market. We're not getting very many stocks going down or up. That tells me the market's pretty much flat, not doing much of anything. So you can judge the overall picture of the market through your scan, because this is looking for stocks going up or down. Or actually, I should say trend changes going up or down. Mara triggered off earlier at market open when I clicked on it, but it's struggling. It's wanting to go, but just can't. There's no confidence there. When I was watching Mara in pre-market, I was thinking, oh, maybe we're going back to $11 or $12 or $14 today. And then the market crashes. If you were watching Mara in pre-market and you had been watching it and you caught this yellow arrow and shorted it, you're probably very happy right now. Of course, it's not a whole lot of money. It's about 40 cents. Yeah, I like Mara. I've been playing Mara for years. I like that $3 and $4 swing it gets every now and then. I think just a couple of months back, maybe August, maybe July, it was up at 14. Still has room to come down. That's the 1 minute chart on Mara. If you were playing the 1 minute chart, you could have gotten a small gain, maybe. That's a maybe. So I'm going to change the scan over to 1 minute and the chart over to 1 minute and see how that responds. Should see the scan refresh. There we go. Then go to 1 minute here. Just as blank as the 5 minute. SPY is still falling. So if you're new here, we're testing a new indicator I launched yesterday at 3 p.m. It is called the Trend Chaser. It's not volume based, it's ATR based, and it actually tracks trend changes. So the trend reversed here, it gave us an arrow, the trend reversed here, it went back up, the trend reversed here. I'm not saying buy these bumps. On a better market day, we may get some long runs after getting a trend change arrow pointing up. Currently testing it to see the results. The market is in really bad shape this morning with the SPY all over the place. SPY's kind of channeling to the right. Hard to test it this morning. We'll have to try it multiple days. Absolutely no volume spikes. That's pretty evident by these small candles. Nothing really tall, nothing really promising. We may have had a spike here, but I wasn't on 1 minute chart at that time. That one's only moving pennies. It's going to be really hard to test this today with these market conditions. Probably have to watch it all day. Not very much volume in GCT at all, just like the rest of the stocks today. You don't have a whole bunch of volume, it's pretty much a no for me. We're not having a bunch of people coming in. You have a higher risk. AVGR's in a halt. You are welcome, James. I was hoping to see some stocks pop up in the scan and we could click on them and check them. for accuracy, but we're kind of dead. Except for one or two that may be moving in the market like a VGR. But AVGR is definitely in an overbought condition. The question is, how overbought will it continue to go? I would say AVGR did fire on the scanner, but back here where you see this arrow, it would have popped up over here. That was probably 30 minutes ago. Got to remember, this is not a volume spike. It's not going to pop up every time it moves. It's only going to pop up on the trend change. I'm not monitoring the V4 or V6 or the all stocks. Yeah, I think Bob Smith, he's working on a sound, or he's already finished the sound for it to make a noise when you get an up or a down arrow. But we definitely don't have anything triggering at the moment, and we haven't had for the last 30 minutes probably. That's due to the current market. I have about 8 minutes to go before I sign off. I have to be somewhere at 10 a.m. I'll return later today and do more testing. You are welcome, Parabolic. You are welcome, Scott. You are welcome, Nuck and Tuck. So we have three different ways to look at the market: V4, V6, and trend chaser. Now we just need a market. Thank you, Golden Finger Licks and Scott Moon. And if you saw the launch yesterday on the YouTube video and you forgot to like it, please go like it for me. Help YouTube move me up in the rankings. That's what happens when you like the videos. Then YouTube starts promoting me more and more. But I can't do it without likes. Comment on the video. Anything you do on each video helps us in the rankings. The higher the rankings, the more YouTube will also promote us. Right now, just my launching is higher than the YouTube ranking. So YouTube helps me get it out there, but they don't help me unless you like it. Thank you, Stephen, Lewis, Money Mike. I'm watching probably 4 different scans, and they're all pretty much dead, except for the few stocks that popped up this morning. I'm not really in a trading mode. I'm mainly watching this one scan. So about 30 seconds to go here. I say continue testing. Maybe we'll have a better market day tomorrow. Might give us better results. It's pretty much nailing the downs. Haven't seen any promising ups. But that's not on the indicator. That's on the overall market. I appreciate everybody that showed up this morning, everybody who loaded the new indicator, everybody who viewed the video. And if you forgot to like it, go like it for me. Help me get it out there on YouTube. Bring some more traders in. Bring some more people into Discord. I know we're growing fast. I know we have a lot of people. I'm looking to pull in more professionals willing to share their information so everybody can learn a little bit more. When I return, I'll get a video out on workspaces so that everyone understands they don't have to delete their current setup. You can just change from one workspace to the next. Thank you, Mr. Peterson, Jose, Eddie, Gregster, Lou, Jerry. And I'm out of here. Thank you again, and God bless. Good luck.